everybody, Greg here. What we're looking at here is a rhubarb plant that was here when my wife and I bought the house just over 10 years ago, and we have harvested some off of it, but it hasn't been really productive, mostly because I think it's been in a very shaded area of the yard. So I decided this year I'm going to pull it up, I'm going to harvest what's here and move it into one of my containers and give it some full sun, and hopefully it will just grow like crazy. We'll see. But anyway, I'm going to put the camera on the stand and I will move on from there. See you in a minute. Okay, so I've pulled the larger pieces off. I want to leave some on to allow for some photosynthesis to keep going once I get it moved. And next step here is to dig it up. It's actually looking larger than I thought. So I'm going to dig it up and then we'll look at separating it and getting it into my container. So next, we're going to dig her up. Well, that's disappointing, and my apologies. Somehow the camera did not record that. But I have dug up 5 or 6 clumps here. You can see them here. You can actually see there's some of the root over there. It seems pretty drastic, but these are very prolific plants, and the size of the clumps that I have, they should transplant nicely. So next thing we're going to do is move over to the container garden I'm going to put them in, and I'll show you how I get them planted. All right, see you in a second. Okay, so here we are. We've moved over to the container I want to put them in. One thing I wanted to mention is this container, I've loaded it up with both compost and sheep manure. You want lots of nitrogen. You want to keep the stems and leaves growing. You're trying to avoid actually it going to flower. So heavier nitrogen is better for these guys, because that's what you're looking for. So one other thing is the crowns. You want to keep it above ground. So I'm going to just layer this in, keep this top level flat to the top of the soil. And actually looking at what I have here, I'm thinking I might have too much for this container, but we will see how things go this year. I have extra containers I can always move to next year. Kind of a better view of the crowns here. See, just coming out here, you can see this guy right here. That's where the crowns are. This one as well. This little guy right there. Actually, here's a good example too. You can see how dense these roots are. That is the root that I cut out. Just incredible how dense and thick they are. And again, got a crown and a crown. So these guys are what we want to keep just above ground, similar to strawberries. All right, so there we go. And honestly, I think I probably have too much in there. We'll see how they do. I can always separate again. I have other raised beds that I can move them into, so I'm going to get them watered in tonight and see how they come. Thanks very much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll talk to you soon. Bye now.